In Hurricane, Utah, there is an artifact that most residents know of, but those outside the community have yet to stomach.
Man, that was years and years ago, and it's still there.
It's a story of sacrifice, it's a story of love, and a cake that sat on a shelf for more than a century.
You know, it is a little odd, I have to admit.
St. George News conducted its own investigation into the 116-year-old saga with a visit to Hurricane's historian Phyllis Lawton.
You want anything about the old bacon?
In 1907, the Scows were married in Grafton, Utah. To celebrate the occasion, a cake with 4 layers of fruit and pink candy flowers was made.
This is our famous wedding cake. It was made in 1907, and it's pretty hard to believe that something could sit on the bookshelf for over 100 years.
Back in those days, freeze-drying the cake was not an option.
We have to remember that there was no electricity or running water in Hurricane until 1917. So the homes did not have air conditioning to make things moldy. It is petrified fruit cake. Somebody said this morning you'd have to have an awful lot of brandy to soak that up in. The brown part is not chocolate, it's dust. And the black spots are the raisins or the fruit inside. If you didn't make it or dry it or produce it, you didn't get it. There was no Walmart to go to.
As far as those candies, the Scow children made them gradually disappear. The Hurricane Valley Museum houses many artifacts with walls telling the stories of the 11 families who settled the valley in 1906 and the decade-long adventure to bring water to their crops. Hurricane City Councilman David Hershey told St. George News of the tours he gives to local high school students.
Had given everything they had to the building of this wonderful little community, and they still do. Their descendants are still doing it.
And Hurricane Mayor Nanette Billings said the staff at the museum makes the visit all the more fun.
Sweet little ladies that are running that, and they just do a great job.
The year that they started was 1893. The year that they moved here, the town came to be. In 1906, 11 families came to stay. At last, the water could not wash them away.
I have seen one other cake, older and bigger than this one, in a museum, and I was only a little bit jealous.
For more on the museum, read the story online. This is Haven Scott reporting for St. George News, your #1 source for local news.